Here are a select few trains in our collection from South Dakota. We filmed 3 different railroads on June 15, 2021, beginning with the Dakota and Iowa Railroad. This Class 3 short line runs on 138 miles of tracks between the 2 states. The aggregate train seen here was running southward between Del Rapids and Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and is seen just south of Baltic on former Milwaukee road trackage. Endless acres of rich farmland were evident here. The speeds were slow, but it did make for easy chasing for those who can't get enough of Dakota and Iowa's immaculately maintained and impeccable paint scheme. A few miles further south, the train approaches Fenner. Lead Unit 3031 is an SD-40-2 that started life in 1975 as Missouri Pacific number 3172. In Sioux Falls, a northbound empty aggregate train leaves town heading back to the quarries in Del Rapids for reloading. Just east of Sioux Falls, we caught this Ellis and Eastern train heading toward town. A pair of former Canadian National SD40-2Ws, built in 1978, were being used for today's train. Ellis and Eastern ran on former Chicago and Northwestern trackage in Minnesota and South Dakota and began operations in 1989. The railroad's primary business is shipping construction materials, such as sand, gravel, and cement. Other freight, including scrap metal, grain, and lumber, are also handled by Ellis and Eastern. Further west near Cottonwood, Rapid City, Pierre, and Eastern made an appearance. The RCP&E is a Class II railroad with trackage in southern Minnesota and South Dakota, with portions extending into Wyoming and Nebraska. All RCP&E power was painted for its owner, Genesee and Wyoming, which has owned it since 2014 and currently has about 670 miles of track. This westbound was headed for Rapid City on former Chicago and Northwestern rails. The lead unit was the only one online, as the two trailing units are just along for the ride. The additional power will be needed for its eastbound run. Due to heavy clay deposits underground, it was impossible to maintain any high-speed track through this region, as the clay tends to shift with time, which in turn causes the track to become uneven, resulting in slower speeds. This will conclude our brief look at random South Dakota highlights. Thanks for looking.